Let's talk about walking. Walking for me is very important because it helps me to think. Some of the best ideas I got in my life, I got while walking. Today I'm going to that castle over there from the Middle Age, and then from there I'll go to that fortress. Okay, here is the fortress. So why walking? Because walking is doing. People think that great ideas happen in the mind of a leader, of the visionary people, and then these people just make a plan and start realizing. Okay, the idea maybe happens suddenly in some way, but in my case, usually the idea happens better when walking. But no matter where the idea is coming from, yes, you probably can plan, but you also need to start doing, to start to implement in a smaller scale. So, for example, if you want to hike on the highest mountains here in the Alps, it's not that you just plan, you also need to do some training. For example, you need hiking shoes and try, for example, like I'm doing now, on a hill and see how they work. And then make some try, let's see, for example, how it is to go on a short expedition, how it works, how tired are you, what about what you need to eat. It's not that you just make a plan, you need also to try doing on a small scale. It's the usual agile process where you plan something on a small scale, you realize it, and then you study the result, and then you start to make a correction. So it's this cycle of trying to do something always a bit more complex. I think what works, what not work. So you start with a small cycle, let's call it iteration, and then you repeat, introducing some more difficulties, and you see how it works. If I discover that it is too difficult for me, okay, I've learned something. For example, that hiking is nice, but I'm not going to be an alpinist. I've been to the two highest mountains of Austria. It was a good experience, but not something that I'm going to do in the future. So then I just decided to walk in the valley. If I never tried, I wouldn't know. I learned a lot of things. I learned a lot about what to bring with me, what kind of clothes could be useful if the weather is changing, what kind of food or drink I need to have with me. So I learned. It's not that I wasted my time. I learned something that I can use in other kind of experiences. This is true in general when you want to experiment with a new idea. You need to try, see if it works or not. Maybe you can abandon and you have learned something. Instead, if you see that it works, you can start to implement it a bit more and see what happened. What's my point today? That you cannot learn if you're not doing. As the saying tells, there is only one way of learning, and it is by doing. Thank you for being with me today. I hope to see you soon. Ciao!